a good thing we can win $25,000 on Thursday night, because this game may not be all that entertaining. Hey there, everybody. Welcome on into this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis, as always. We got Thursday night football, and over on the Fox Bet Super 6 app, we can win $25,000. You guys know how this goes by now. They ask you 6 questions, correctly answer all 6 questions to win that $25,000. If nobody can do it, you can still win a guaranteed $500 prize split amongst all the people that get the most right. I think that's probably the most likely scenario, if I'm being honest. This week is going to be tough. Absolutely tough. We'll break it down here and explain to you guys why I think this week is going to be tough. But we do know that the Texans are going to go ahead and start rookie quarterback David Mills. He's going to go ahead and get the start on a short week. That's going to make it already that much tougher because the guys don't practice all that much when they play on Sunday and come right back on Thursday. So that'll make it tough. If we look at what he did this past week when he came in and played the entire second half there against the Browns, his first drive was 3 and out. They got a punt. His second drive, he threw an interception. His next drive then, his third drive, he got a nice 16-play drive, got a touchdown. So it was a nice drive there by the Texans. His next drive, though, he came back with a nice 3 and out and got another punt. And then on his last drive of the day, they got a missed field goal. He did end up fumbling it on that drive, but the offensive team obviously recovered it, and then they attempted a field goal. So overall, essentially 2 turnovers, 2 punts, and a touchdown. It wasn't all that great there by David Mills. I did go ahead and look up his college stats. I was wondering if maybe the Texans could, deploy maybe a strategy of like a dual threat quarterback in this scenario, some of that read option kind of stuff. But yeah, you just go look up his, college numbers. This guy didn't run all that much in college at all. Based on the yards that he ran for, maybe a design play every now and then, but otherwise it's kind of just scrambling, breaking out of the pocket and picking up yards. So I don't think the Texans will have that at their advantage. So yeah, just a tough game to predict overall because you got the Panthers' dominance, albeit they've gone against the Jets and the Saints, but the Jets may be like this Texans team right here starting a rookie quarterback tonight because obviously the Jets started a rookie quarterback in themselves in Wilson, so maybe that is a good comparable right there. But yeah, I mean, the Jets just aren't really a good team. They went ahead then and beat the Saints relatively easy, but you got Jameis Winston. We know Jameis Winston can have good games and bad games. But then they also had the COVID issues going on there in New Orleans, so it's kind of tough to read in that situation. So, yeah, just going to be tough overall. Texans got that rookie quarterback. Panthers been relatively dominant so far here on the early season. That doesn't mean we're not going to try. We've gone ahead and done all the research. Let's see if we can win that $25,000 for you guys. So question number 1 is who's going to score the first TD? Generally speaking, I didn't really entertain, any Texans players. I mean, you get all the Texans players and any other, and I do kind of like that right there. But when the singled out players of Ingram and Cooks, I just didn't really entertain them all that much. I mean, that's how much the sportsbooks thinks the Panthers will handle the Texans, and you'll hear it up until kickoff. Everybody's going to be on this Panthers team to really dominate, I think, this Texans team. So looking at these Panthers players, you got Christian McCaffrey, obviously the extreme heavy favorite. Over 50% of the picks are already locked in right now on Christian McCaffrey, and rightfully so. He's obviously not only a running threat, but a huge passing threat as well. You also get Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore right there. So let's go ahead and look at the Texans and see what they've allowed from a defensive standpoint. They've allowed 3 rushing touchdowns and they've allowed 4 passing touchdowns. They've yet to allow really any damage done by the tight end position, so kind of works in our favor maybe of not picking any other player just because the tight ends haven't really done damage up against this Texans team. I'm going to go ahead and select DJ Moore. My thinking with DJ Moore is he's led the team in targets by 4. He's led the team in targets against the other wide receivers on the team by 10. The one he's leading by 4 is Christian McCaffrey. I mean, McCaffrey is a big weapon, whether it's running or passing. For DJ Moore, though, he does have 1 touchdown on the season. He's got the most big plays on the team from a passing perspective with 3 big plays, so I like that right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take DJ Moore, and yeah, on my wife's entry, I'll go ahead and back the heavy favorite there in Christian McCaffrey, but for me, I'm going to go ahead and ride with DJ Moore. Question number 2 is which team's going to have the most rushing yards and what's going to be the amount. You could think, with the rookie quarterback, short week, they don't really practice that much, and maybe the Texans will, come out with maybe a little bit run heavy and try and take some of that burden off Mills of that quarterback. But the Panthers are number 1 in rush defense. I mean, they only allow 46 yards per game. I mean, think about that. It's only 2 games in, small sample size, but they've only allowed 46 yards per game. That is incredible. So if the Texans have that game plan in mind, the the Panthers defense is damn good enough. They can shut down that game plan. So got that, scenario going on right there. The Texans, they've rushed more on the season, but keep in mind they've also had Tyrod Taylor, who's an excellent mobile quarterback. So that's why they're on the season that they've been able to rush more than the Texans. If you have a normal quarterback in there with normal rushing stats, then you got the Panthers rushing more than the Texans so far in the season. The Texans allow 120 yards per game, while the Panthers rush for 100 yards per game. I'm obviously going to be on the Panthers here. I'm going to go say Panthers will rush the ball for 121 to 130 yards. Question 3 is which team's going to pass the ball for more yards and what's going to be that amount? Well, the Panthers also, to go along with that number 1 rush defense, they got the number 1 passing defense. They're only allowing 144 yards. And again, you had a bad game by Jameis Winston, and then you had a rookie quarterback. So maybe that does compare well because you get another rookie quarterback going, in this start here in Mills. The Texans, they allow 259 yards, which is better than both the Jets and the Saints. So that's cool right there, right? The Panthers played the Jets and the Saints. The Texans have a better passing yards per game allowed. Otherwise, it's pretty close. If you look from an offensive standpoint, the Panthers throw the ball for 282 yards per game. The Texans are throwing the ball for 254 yards per game. So at least from a numbers perspective, Panthers are doing it more. I think this is a tough question because do the Panthers defense continue to be dominant on defense? More than likely, you would think, going up against a rookie quarterback. But on the flip side of that is be awfully scared if they're winning this game by a fair margin, if they just drop into a, deep, too deep safety prevent kind of defense, so to speak, and the Texans are able to pick up a lot of just cheap, easy yards late in this game in that fourth quarter. And, they can get 75 yards in a fourth quarter just because it's against too deep prevent safety defense. So, yeah, this one's going to be tough. I'm going to go ahead and lean on that defense, though. The Panthers going up against a rookie quarterback. So go ahead and give me the Panthers and 276 to 300 yards. Question 4 is what's going to be the team with the longest rushing play and what's going to be the amount? I mean, based on how we answered that rushing question, picking the team is easy. Don't pick the Panthers. Yardage always comes down to luck. I mean, it's just, a missed tackle and your prediction's really screwed. So I think team is easy. Again, based on how we answered question number 2. The Panthers, they only allow 12 yards as their longest rush all season. That's just really remarkable. No big surprise if they're only giving up 44 yards per game. Meanwhile, the Texans' longest rush that they've allowed is 26 yards. Yeah, again, who's not taking the Panthers and who's really not taking Christian McCaffrey with this question? That's pretty much what it is, right? You taking McCaffrey or are you taking Ingram? Yeah, everybody's going to be on the McCaffrey train on here. I'm obviously on the McCaffrey train as well. I'll say he breaks off one for 36 to 40 yards. Give me 36 to 40 yards. He's an elite back. I think he can get it done. So 36 to 40 yards. Question 5 is what's going to be the team with the most total yards and what's going to be the amount? Well, this is basically simple addition of question number 2 and question number 3, which for me, based on how I answered it, my numbers would be 397 to 430 yards. So that means I'll go ahead and answer this question with the Panthers and give me 401 to 425 total offensive yards. And question number 6 is you got to give them a winner and you got to give them a win margin. The sportsbooks have this spread right now at currently -8. I just think as this gets closer to kickoff, this is going to get 9, 10, probably roll and touch 11, but I could see it getting up to a 9 to 10 point spread. So I'll go ahead and answer that based on what I think will happen there with the sports books and how I think the public will go and how I think the game will go. More importantly, what the sports books and what the public thinks is irrelevant for this. It's more, what I think. I do think it's about a double-digit win there for the Panthers. So go ahead and give me that Panthers winning this game by 9 to 10 points. All right, that's how we're going to do it on Thursday Night Football between the Panthers and Texans. Hey, go ahead and get that like button. If I've been of help to you just on one of these questions, go ahead and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, good luck with your picks, and we'll see you back here on the next contest. That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.